As a Christian, it's natural to approach the field of science with a mix of fascination and skepticism. While science has undoubtedly improved our understanding of the world and led to numerous breakthroughs, there are several reasons why Christians may struggle to trust scientists. One of the primary concerns is the inherent bias that often accompanies scientific inquiry. Many scientists approach their research with a predetermined worldview, often rooted in secular humanism or atheism, which can influence their interpretation of data and the conclusions they draw. This bias can be seen in the way scientists often prioritize empirical evidence over spiritual or philosophical perspectives. For instance, when studying the origins of the universe, scientists tend to focus on naturalistic explanations, dismissing the possibility of divine intervention. This narrow focus can lead to a skewed understanding of the world, as it neglects the role of faith and spirituality in shaping human experience. Furthermore, the scientific community's emphasis on peer review and consensus can sometimes stifle dissenting voices, creating an environment where alternative perspectives are marginalized or dismissed. Another reason Christians may be wary of scientists is the prevalence of methodological naturalism, which assumes that all phenomena can be explained by natural causes and laws. This approach inherently excludes the possibility of supernatural intervention, creating a framework that is incompatible with Christian teachings. By limiting the scope of inquiry to naturalistic explanations, scientists may overlook or downplay evidence that suggests the presence of a higher power. This can lead to a distorted understanding of the world, as it neglects the role of faith and spirituality in shaping human experience. The theory of evolution is a notable example of how scientific bias and methodological naturalism can lead to conflict with Christian teachings. While evolution is widely accepted as the dominant scientific explanation for the diversity of life on Earth, many Christians view it as incompatible with the biblical account of creation. The fact that some scientists have used evolution to argue against the existence of God or the validity of religious beliefs has further exacerbated the tension between science and faith. Additionally, the way evolution is often presented as a fact, rather than a theory, can be seen as an attempt to impose a secular worldview on the public, undermining the legitimacy of alternative perspectives. The lack of humility and recognition of limitations within the scientific community is another reason Christians may struggle to trust scientists. Scientists are often portrayed as authorities, with their findings and opinions treated as absolute truth. However, this neglects the fact that science is an ongoing process subject to revision and refinement as new evidence emerges. By presenting their findings as definitive, scientists can create a sense of certainty that is not always justified, leading to a lack of humility and a failure to acknowledge the limitations of their knowledge. Finally, the politicization of science has become a significant concern in recent years, with many scientists using their platform to advocate for specific policies or ideologies. This has led to blurring of the lines between science and activism, creating an environment where scientific findings are often used to support a particular agenda rather than being presented objectively. For Christians, this can be particularly problematic, as it creates a sense of mistrust and skepticism towards the scientific community, which can be seen as promoting a secular or liberal agenda. In conclusion, while science has undoubtedly improved our understanding of the world, there are several reasons why Christians may struggle to trust scientists. The inherent bias and methodological naturalism that often accompanies scientific inquiry can lead to a skewed understanding of the world, neglecting the role of faith and spirituality in shaping human experience. The theory of evolution, the lack of humility within the scientific community, and the politicization of science have all contributed to a sense of mistrust and skepticism towards scientists. As Christians, it's essential to approach scientific findings with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing both the benefits and limitations of scientific inquiry, and seeking to integrate our faith with our understanding of the world.